and welcome to Popcorn Time, where we take a look at box office hits, new releases, and movie news. I'm Haley Vasiliev.
And I'm Andrew Paniagua. Let's take a look at this week's top 5 at the box office. Coming in at number 5 with a weekend gross of $7 million is Ouija, Origin of Evil. This film tells the tale of a widowed mother and her 2 daughters who are struggling to make ends meet. They then acquire a Ouija board for their scam business that they claim enables them to talk to the dead. But they soon find out that they can actually communicate with the other side and have awoken an evil spirit that possesses the 9-year-old daughter. The family confronts unimaginable fears to send the possessor back to the other side. Here's a trailer for Ouija, Origin of Evil.
The Ouija board
We can talk to Daddy again.
is used to communicate
Spirit, can you hear me?
with the dead.
Dad, are you there?
You've opened up a portal.
Whatever came through that board is coming for all of us.
This isn't funny anymore.
Ouija, Origin of Evil, in cinemas October 21.
Number 4 this week, with a box office gross of $8.4 million, is The Accountant, starring Ben Affleck and Anna Kendrick. Christian Wolf is a freelance finance consultant and a mathematical expert who takes pride in hiding criminal organizations' dirty money. While being investigated by the Treasury Department, Wolf agrees to help a new state-of-the-art robotics company who miraculously lost millions of dollars. But Wolf soon finds this assignment will prove far more dangerous than ever before. Check out The Accountant.
Your son is a remarkable young man. He has more in common with Einstein and Picasso than he does with us.
They call him the accountant. This guy cooks the books for some of the scariest people on the planet and survives it. Imagine the secrets this guy has.
Why would your clients follow you? You're an accountant.
Some of my clients are quite dangerous.
The Accountant, rated R.
Next up is number 3 on our list. With a weekend gross of $9.5 million at the box office is Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. Tom Cruise returns as Jack Reacher in this sequel based on Lee Child's Never Go Back, a best-selling novel in 2013. Reacher must uncover the truth behind a major government conspiracy involving the murder of soldiers in order to clear his name. Along the way, Reacher discovers secrets from his past that could change his life forever. Here's a clip for Jack Reacher, Never Go Back.
I know what you've done. Nobody's gonna find out anything, Reacher. Maybe you should stay out of this.
Maybe I rip your arm off, beat you to death with it.
I need your help. Someone's killing soldiers. Men that used to be under your command.
It's time to stop running and start hunting.
Sorry, he's not feeling well. You might want to use this one.
Coming in at number 2 at the box office this week, with a weekend gross of $15 million, is Inferno, starring Tom Hanks. This film is an adaptation of Dan Brown's best-selling novel, Inferno, and the 3rd film of the series to be released. The story follows symbologist Robert Langdon, who wakes up with amnesia in an Italian hospital. Langdon teams up with a doctor to help him salvage his memory. The team races across Europe to stop a deadly global virus from being released, killing half the world's population. Take a look at Inferno.
Professor Langdon, we need your help.
Our population is out of control. The Inferno virus will be carried to every corner of the earth. Half the people will die.
He created a plague.
We took a package from his pocket.
Look, it's a clue.
This map, it's a trail. Florence, Istanbul.
We have 48 hours.
Today is our rebirth.
If I can break the code, we can stop this.
Inferno.
Last on our list this week, coming in at number 1 with a weekend gross of $17.2 million, is Boo, a Madea Halloween. Tyler Perry returns in this comedy as Mabel Medea Simmons, who is a tough, vindictive, and crude elderly woman who was called upon by a relative to watch his daughter and her best friend, who are forbidden from attending a frat party on Halloween night. Medea and her gang of cranky elder friends battle ghosts and ghouls that are haunting the house, all while trying to make sure the 2 girls don't sneak out and attend the frat house party. Check out Boo, a Madea Halloween.
This Halloween,
let something jump up out of this damn box. You got knocked the hell out.
will be more paranormal,
What the hell is this?
You see white people.
more insidious,
Who the hell is it?
Do you want to play a game?
and more sinister than ever before.
Help me, Jesus!
You can't smoke in here, Medea.
Okay, but didn't Moses have a burning bush?
Boo, a Madea Halloween, rated PG-13, starts October 21st.
Now that October 31st has passed, it's not really a surprise that the top spot was taken by a Halloween-themed film.
That's right. But Medea wasn't the only film that was a hit this weekend. This past Friday, Ryder hosted its first ever drive-in movie event on campus called Scream Screen, where students came together to watch a horror movie they voted on throughout the month of October. And I had a chance to go and check it out. Ryder's first ever drive-in movie was a huge success and had a larger turnout than expected. Over 100 cars lined up early, and those not in cars set up chairs and blankets in front of the screen, all waiting for the movie to start. Public safety estimated about 800 to 1,000 people in attendance, which included Ryder students and faculty members, as well as their friends and families that were looking for something to do on Halloween weekend. Plenty of local sponsors set up stands offering free food and drinks, while some also served as a trick-or-treat stop, giving out candy throughout the night.
I came here for the free candy because I'm not doing anything tonight.
The nacho one? She's gotten like 3 nachos so far. Right, and the pizza. A lot of slices. And turkey. I like their apple cider donuts.
Ryder's very own radio station, 107.7 The Bronx, was responsible for this event coming together, and we had a chance to talk with some of the station's workers involved with the planning process.
So every year the Bronx tries to come up with something that is going to excite the student body. Last year it was the car, the egg hunt, and this year, like, how are we going to top that? And everybody keeps asking, well, how'd you come up with the drive-in movie? And I really couldn't tell you. Just one day we said we're going to do a drive-in movie, and that's how it started. It was nothing more than trying to find an experience that gives the students, my students at the Bronx, an engaged learning experience, and also gives the student body a vibrant student life experience.
We've actually been planning this for about 6 months now. It started at like kind of the end of last semester, and all summer we've been working on it, trying to make sure that we have sponsors, trying to make sure that we had the screen coming in.
For some of the people in attendance, this was their first ever drive-in movie experience.
I think the event's great. I mean, I've never been to a drive-in movie before. A lot of them are sort of, going away. So it's great that they actually have an event at Ryder where you can sort of bring your car up and, go see the movie.
8 o'clock rolled around, and It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown was shown on the enormous 3-story tall screen, playing right before the big reveal of the movie that students were able to vote on. The film that won the vote wasn't announced until the moment it was to be up on the screen. And excitement was in the air as everyone anticipated what was going to be played.
So I'm a big horror movie fan. I'm hoping it's like The Conjuring or something like that. But if it's like the Rocky Horror Picture Show or something like that, I love all movies. So.
Let's focus. Yeah, I don't want to see The Conjuring. I'm a big scaredy cat, so.
After Charlie Brown finished, it was time for the big reveal. The Conjuring won the vote, beating out the other popular films like Halloween Town and Beetlejuice. Fans of the film were thrilled to see the movie they voted for being played on the enormous screen. At the end of the day, it looked like everyone who showed up had a great time.
With how many people turned out this year, I would say that it's probably a 90% chance that we're going to have another Scream Screen next year.
After the success of Scream Screen, we can only hope that next year's event will have just as big a turnout as it did this year. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Wow, it looked like everyone had a great time. It's good to see all the Ryder community come out and enjoy themselves.
It sure was. I can't wait to see what they do differently next year. Moving on, let's send it over to our own Adriana Virgilio, where she gives you a list of the best movies to watch in a segment we like to call Netflix and Chill.
Thanks, Haley, and hello to all of you Netflix and Chill fans out there. This week, we've added a bunch of new movies to our watch list. So pop some popcorn, grab some friends, family, or significant other, and get ready to watch some great films. Recently added in the comedy section, we have Mascots. This movie is about eager contestants that don big heads in order to pursue the title of the world's best mascot. Directed by Christopher Guest, this offbeat comedy follows the mascots' competitive journeys as they vie for the prestigious Gold Fluffy Award. In the drama category, we've got Big Eyes, starring big names like Amy Adams, Christoph Waltz, and Kristen Ritter. This Tim Burton-directed biopic tells the story of Margaret Keane, the American painter who is famously known for her pop art and drawing of portraits with large doe eyes. The movie tells Margaret's story as she battles her husband in court to prove that she is the real artist behind the enormously popular paintings. With Halloween having just passed, we've decided to keep the scary spirits alive by making the last movie on our list, The Amityville Horror. This classic horror film is a hair-raising remake of the 1979 horror hit that depicts the ordeal of the Lutz family, whose new home has a gory past and a legacy of demons. Starring Ryan Reynolds, Melissa George, and Chloe Grace Moretz, this is definitely a horror film to keep up with the Halloween spirit. That's all for Netflix and Chill. Now let's send it back over to Andrew, where he's going to give us this week's celebrity gossip.
Wu-Tang Clan member RZA has finally broken his silence on the altercation between actor Russell Crowe and rapper Azealia Banks that occurred at Crowe's hotel room dinner party 2 weeks ago. While on TMZ Live, RZA confirmed that Banks was the one who initiated the conflict by insulting other guests at the party.
Azealia was insulting a lot of people in the room. Then she started threatening this girl about she's going to smash her face in her glass. Russell said it won't happen, you won't make it. Then she actually grabs the glass, attacks. Russell blocks the glass, and then expels her from the room. We get outside the door. I get in between them. She's trying to get back inside the room. Russell does spit at her. Spit at her. The spit didn't hit her. If anything, the spit would have got on me because I was in between them. She tried to get back in the room. I said, yo, AZ, chill. You're zoning out. Like I said, I don't know what overcame her. Because she attacked. It was like illogical for me. I never couldn't expect her to kind of have that kind of personality like that.
Banks is now calling RZA a coward for not sticking up for her. And despite all of the guests siding with Crowe, she's decided to stick by her version of the story. While this feud is just beginning, another long-standing feud seemingly comes to an end. Last week, actors Charlie Sheen and Ashton Kutcher were seen shaking hands at a Los Angeles Dodgers baseball game. If you recall, back in 2011, Kutcher was Sheen's replacement on the hit TV show 2.5 Men. Sheen, not known to be one to hold back on his opinions, let loose a bunch of shots on Kutcher over social media and in interviews. It wasn't until 2014 that Kutcher finally had enough and fired back, telling Sheen to shut his mouth and move on with his life. But now it appears that the two stars have decided to leave their feud in the past. Although the friendly interaction was short, it was all smiles and laughter as the two no doubt bonded over their mutual love of the Dodgers. In other news, Mel Gibson is looking to make his big comeback after a 10-year hiatus, but is still working on convincing the public to forgive him over his anti-Semitic rants all those years ago. In anticipation of his upcoming movie, Hacksaw Ridge, Gibson appeared on the talk show Late Night with Stephen Colbert. During one of the segments, he mentions his clusters of regret over the things that he said while also poking a bit of fun at himself.
Mel, can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Okay. If you could go back in time, what would you tell your younger self?
Oh, God. Well, don't be so caught up in the little things. Take advantage of all the gifts the world has to offer and live every day to the fullest. And I'd also tell myself, my younger self, to shut the up.
In a follow-up interview, he spoke briefly about his past, admitting, quote, "It was not my proudest moment, but I'm healthier and happier than I've been in a long time." Gibson is directing Hacksaw Ridge, and it releases this Friday, November 4th, in theaters everywhere. Well, that's all we have for today. I'm Andrew Paniagua.
And I'm Haley Vasiliev. Tune in next week for another episode of Popcorn Time.